I think my favorite part about the UAV is how free it is and how creative people can be and just like how expressive you can be.
I like the electives here because there are a lot of options and you have like some freedom to kind of do what you want in like the classes, and that's really nice.
Because you're like choosing something you're interested in, you'll always find like people with similar interests and like you'll make a lot of new friends.
And I like how there's something for everyone because there's so many options.
A lot of options.
There's just such a range of things that I can do that maybe I couldn't do when I went to middle school.
I like that there are so many different options and you can do whatever you want to do. For example, metals and ceramics. I never imagined going to a school where there was a ceramic studio inside it.
We pretty much just go out and work on our projects, whether it be making lanterns, whether it be making furniture, depending on which woodworking class you're taking, or something else. You just go out and work on your project. I chose this class because I thought it would be pretty fun making my own things. There's been a couple things I've made. I've made a lamp, I've made a spoon, I've made a box, I've made a nightstand in woodworking too. So I think it's overall pretty interesting to just make your own things from scratch. My favorite part is definitely the last stages when you're starting to realize that your project's coming together and you're almost done and you get to see this amazing thing that you've made. If you like working with your hands, it's a very hands-on class. It's not much, you're not just sitting around doing like worksheets, you're not doing anything like that. If you like doing that, I think you should take this class. It's great. You get to develop a lot of skills.
Both my parents are architects and I kind of watch what they do. I think it's interesting. Right now we're just doing drawings for a tiny house. Yeah, it's mostly just like creative thinking, trying to figure out your way around like problems in your design process. I think it's like really hard sometimes when you're making a house in less than 500 square feet to like, you know, get a good sized bathroom and a bed and everything like that. So creative thinking on that's probably my favorite part. If you're interested in design of like residential architecture, like sustainable design is a big part of it as well. I think it'd be a great choice.
We built catapults or trebuchets. They measured probably higher than me, so over 6 feet tall, and we flung an egg across the field while also making a case around the egg to keep it intact. My group won, obviously. I have always been good at math, and I have always been really creative about things, and engineering seems like a very, interesting combination of the two. And it is a very interesting combination of the two. I'm loving this class. I like how much freedom we have because while we obviously have constraints to what we do because projects are projects, there's so many different variations, changes we can make, personalizations to them. It really is. I really find it fun. And also just how much stuff we learn. We learn how to use 3D printers, how to figure stuff. It's really awesome. I recommend this class because if you're good at math, if you're creative, and if you want to use that creativity to create big things, this class is for you. This class is amazing. Hence why I am here. You're also going to be here. You should be here. Come to Engineering by Design. It's going to be great.
Well, I signed up for World of Money because I've always been really interested in economics and geopolitics and anything relating to the global economy. And I wanted to get that really deeper perspective on finance and the different ways that money moves around and how money relates to our lives. I think my favorite thing was probably our units on investing. We learned a lot of really practical lessons on what is good to invest in, what are smarter assets, and maybe what are less smart assets that might not have the kind of growth that you want to look for in investing.
I've always been interested in business side of things and starting my own business, and that's why I chose this class.
I would definitely recommend signing up for World of Money because you're going to deal with all the things that are talked about in this class, with buying a car, with renting a home, with all the things that are talked about. So I think if you want to get that head start on life and you want to get that head start on knowing more on these issues and being informed when the time comes, this is a really good class to take.
It feels real. You're still at activity that felt real and like that like you would actually simulate in real life. If they invest in like business management and the economic side of things, and I feel like this would be a great fit for anyone who wants to do it.
So we come in, we kind of just get ready for 5 minutes, roughly get our code out, get our computers, get our robots, get our materials, and then we get to work. Usually it's either working on the project from the previous day, or if we're learning some new things, we look up on the board, learn some things. We're learning about circuits right now and robots within the little micro bits. So we're doing that type of programming. It's still Python like we've been using this whole semester. I did FLL for 3 years when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. That's First Lego League, and it was similar-ish to this class. It was really fun, and it was a great experience with other people, so I thought I would want to continue that in high school. I really like the hands-on stuff. I like building the robots, coding it, trying to make little things work. Sometimes it's a little bit finicky, but when it works in the end, it's really satisfying. I totally recommend this class. It's a great idea to join. You get to do a lot of hands-on work. You get to do teamwork, working with a lot of different people. We switch off partners every couple of weeks, and it's just a really fun, different class to do.
We had little mini kits where we basically used them, and they were made out of plastic, but they simulated human skin, and we used it to kind of practice sewing people up, and I just thought it was not only cool, but it was also practical and just really fun. I signed up mainly because I didn't really know what it was, and it sounded interesting enough, so I kind of took a chance on it, and it ended up being a really interesting class that I've enjoyed a lot. You get a lot of kind of random experiences, and you learn a lot about the medical world, posting things here and there that are happening in real time that you get to follow, and I feel like you just kind of learn a lot about the broader kind of medicine or medicinal area. And I think, in my opinion, it prepares you a lot to become a doctor or someone who would want to go into that profession.
I chose this class because I wanted to learn more about cooking and baking, because it's obviously a really important skill that you can use in your life, and it's a fun class to do with your friends, and it's really nice to have sort of a break in the day.
I chose this class because I need to fill out my elective block, but it's really fun, and also I like cooking at home. My favorite part of the class is definitely my group and how we work together. I never met them before this class, but we work really well.
My favorite part about this class is that we get food every day, and we have it right before lunch, so we can just share it with our friends.
You should choose this class because it's a fun class and you learn a lot, and while still having fun.
If they like cooking, they can learn about different kinds of techniques in this class and make a bunch of different stuff with new people.
You can make a lot of friends, and it's helpful, it's fun.
I mean, it depends on the block, if you're serving breakfast or serving lunch, but usually you'll come in, you'll put on your apron, your hat on, and you'll go to whichever station that you're on. So you could be making food for the day, you could be making lunch for people to order, you could be cashiering. There's a bunch of different things you could be doing. My favorite part about the class is probably working on the front line, which is making food for people to order. So as people order food, you're making wraps and burgers and things, and it gets super chaotic, and it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of physical activity too, but everyone's working together and it's really fun. We're all just shouting out orders, and yeah, it's fun. Should select this class if they're interested in culinary and interested in working in a restaurant. It would be a great place to start. Or if they're just looking for something new to do. I mean, there's so many amazing electives at BHS, but this one is really different from most, I think. It's not like any other class you'll take.
I love classes in the UA building because it's a fun time during your day where you can hang out with your friends and make art.
It's a judgment-free zone. I can make my ideas come to life.
I like how... Wait, can we... Oh! The timer for the cookies.
We'll see you next year.
We will see you next year.